What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 3 of NHL 25 Pittsburgh Penguins Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for supporting the last episode. If you can leave a thumbs up on this one as well, I'd really appreciate it. We are currently 2-3-1 here in the preseason. Blanc's there now, our starting goaltender. Not the greatest numbers, 888 save percentage. Kind of like the real-life Penguins. Maybe we're not getting the best goaltending we should be. And if you guys missed the last episode, the Boston Bruins are actually won the Stanley Cup. We made the playoffs again, unfortunately lost in 7 in the second round to the New York Islanders. So, like I was saying, I do think this team has it in them to make it to the playoffs one more year here, potentially even win the Stanley Cup. And we're being led by the oldest line in hockey. We signed Ovechkin as a free agent, 41 years old there, playing with Sid and Malkin. Obviously, Sid and him always had a bit of a rivalry, so playing them together one final year I think would be a lot of fun. Malkin there is countryman, so this should be crazy. Again, 120 years old there for that line, but they get a +5, 2 playmakers, of course, just giving that puck to Ovi. Second line here, you got McGroarty with Kadri, who we made a trade for, and DeBrincat, they get a +2. I think we made a pretty nice trade for flipping Line. Cackle there on the third line with Jamie Benn and Nick Robertson. On the fourth line, there's Iafallo, Wenberg, and Poulins. So we have a new look fourth line there. Defensively, we got Byram Karlsson on the top pair, Letang Pettersson on the second, with Gustafsson TVR on the bottom. Goaltending-wise, like I said, Blanc's is starting. Fleury's still in the team, backing him up. This is probably going to be Fleury's final year, but I guess you never know. Power play 1, honestly, it looks absolutely stacked. They get a +5. That should be one of the better ones in the league. Power play 2 here, honestly, isn't even too bad. This team's definitely looking a lot better than it was when we first took over. 4-man 1's a +5, 4-man 2's a -1. They're really not on the ice that often. PK 1, I think Kadri Wenberg should be really good, like 4.5-star defense, 4-star defense, and then of course you got Pettersson there, who's awesome defensively, 90 awareness. Even Letang isn't too bad. I think the rest of the PKs here are pretty decent. We got Crosby, Ben, Poulin, Iafallo. The 3-mans, as always, don't have the best chemistry, but that is okay. Hopefully, this team can stay out of the box. Now, in terms of the AHL team, we do have some good young players coming up. Koivu in there is already 79 at 23. Mrazov's an 80. Maybe could get called up next year. Ilian, hopefully I said that right, 21.79, top 6. Looking like a pretty good player. He was drafted by Pittsburgh 2023. We also got Ponomarev, who eventually could make the team. Sam O'Reilly there as well, I think could be a future third-line center for us. Owen Pickering there. Brunick, also a couple of solid defensemen on the come up, and then our starting goalie in the AHL is Greaves with Malota here backing him up. Also, too, guys, I mentioned it last episode, but Crosby's now 33 goals away from breaking Lemieux's record for the all-time franchise leading goals. If he did that, I think it'd be super cool because both the current list and the all-time list would be the exact same. It'd be Crosby there for like the first 5 things, Malkin for penalty minutes, and then of course Fleury there for the 2 goalie numbers. Again, really interesting how their goalie numbers aren't matching up for Fleury, even though he's the same player. I don't understand that. And in terms of ratings for this season, guys, our team has 90 offense, 89 defense, 84 goaltending. Let's see if that's good enough to win one more Stanley Cup. And now look at this, guys. Winnipeg Jets offering us Joe Iginla for Iafallo in a third. I know we're trying to go for it this year, but Joe Iginla can end up being a really solid player for us. Top 6 potential there. Let's see. 71 overall already at 18 years old. Sniper. Oh my gosh, 21st overall pick. The Jets want Iafallo back on the team. 2-way forward there. I mean, he's playing 4th line left wing. I think he's also playing 3rd PK. And we get a really good prospect back. Again, I was thinking this would probably be our last year to go for it. Can we just get, somebody similar to replace him? I feel like we probably could. So you know what, guys? Yeah, I think I'm going to say yes here to Joe Iginla. It's just too good of a trade. And now we could give Koivu a chance here, 4th line left wing. He's got good defensive awareness. The shot block, the stick check, the physicality isn't the greatest. But again, if it's, 1 year, 4th line, and it lets us have Joe Iginla, probably worth it. And so again, guys, he's playing 4th line there as well too. He should be on the 3rd PK, where we're still getting like no negative chemistry or anything, so we'll leave him there for now. Again, we're only 3 games into the season. By the trade deadline, if we're doing well, I could pick somebody else up. Speaking of, Stenlund's available. 1 year left there at $1 million. He's 79 overall, grinder. Defensively, a little bit worse defensive awareness, but the rest of it is better. Physicality is also better, so you know what? Yeah, let's pick up Stenlund here. There we go. Alright, guys, so here's the new look at the 4th line. We got Poulin there, playing with Wenberg and Stenlund. And then again, in terms of the 3rd PK, Stenlund's actually playing center now, which is nice because he's a centerman with 84 faceoffs. Poulin was playing there before. Had 70 faceoffs, which is pretty good for a winger, but obviously that's a big upgrade. And you know what sucks, guys? I just realized I wanted to send Koivu down to the AHL, but he would have to go through waivers. So I think he's just going to be, or you know what, 23.79. He might make it. It's worth it. Let's do it. No way. Wait, what? Wait, what? Is he on our team then? Because apparently we claimed him off waivers. Nope, somebody else claimed him. All right. I guess that was just a graphical issue. And now we have Simon Holmstrom here on waivers as well. 1 year left, just over $1 million, 25.79, 2-way forward. I mean, kind of like a worse version of Stenlund, I would say, so we'll decline. And we just got another trade off here, guys. LA Kings want to give us Schmidt and Zeimer there for Wenberg in a 4th. I'm going to say no. Again, I think Wenberg's huge for us on the PK. And so now at the end of December, guys, we actually have a really good record. 22-10-3. Boston, though, is insane. 27-5. Defending Stanley Cup champions are looking to repeat. First, though, in the Metro Division, we can't complain. 47 points. The Bruins have 56. First in the NHL by quite a bit. AHL team, they're doing all right. 13-11-5. They could maybe squeak into the playoffs, maybe miss. Again, they're definitely, our secondary concern here. The main thing is the NHL team. And speaking of, Blomqvist there, 9-2 save percentage right now. Looking pretty good. And leading the team in points, Alex DeBrincat with 39. I feel like that's really solid. Ovechkin as well already has 19 goals. And I almost forgot, guys, but as I mentioned last episode, we have a ton of contract extensions to do. As you can see, all top 4 players there need re-signed. Also getting Malkin, who I would really consider like the 5th best guy there above Kadri. So, I mean, you got all the oldies here plus DeBrincat. Now, everyone does want to come back. Crosby here, I thought might retire. 2 years, 8.8. Like, that's really funny. We're offering him 8.7. If he wants to come back for 2 more years till he's 41, we could do that. Again, no matter what, we are not trading away Sidney Crosby. Not going to rush it. I think he'll take, his favorite number there, save 100K. I did see some people saying, too, they should actually go and, move Malkin, Letang, even, I guess, Fleury, because we got him back. As in real life, Kyle Dubas said everyone's on the trading block except for Crosby. The thing is, I'm not Kyle Dubas, so I think I'd rather, keep that core together as long as I can. And now Malkin here actually can't extend since we signed to a 1 year. I think Ovechkin, yeah, the same thing. Carlson, DeBrincat, though, we could. Let's see, DeBrincat here wants 9.8. If we do enter a rebuild, it'd be a lot easier to sign and trade him than it would be to trade his rights. So we should sign him here no matter what. 9.8, 6 years. I mean, we got 5 years left in this. He wants 6. Clause basically makes it really good. But if we're going to actually try and trade him, then let's try 9.5 for 6 years. And he's got a 16-team no-trade list. So we're doing right by him if we do decide, to flip him here at the end of the season. Half the teams he doesn't have to go to if he doesn't want to. And again, I think like extension dollars, we have 54 million. So we could potentially play hardball with them, but I think $2 million raise, especially with the salary cap going up, is pretty fair. Carlson wants a 1 year, 7.5. Again, like that's pretty fair. Contract could be higher. He's still an 88. I mean, honestly, I'm fine with that too. We'll just see what these guys are saying because I don't want to like, piss them off, not have them come back if, that is the route we go. McGroarty there, can't extend yet, which is interesting. I didn't think we signed him for a 1 year, but I don't know. Jamie Benn, we also can't extend. I mean, TVR Wenberg was also a 1 year deal. So yeah, a lot of these guys we can't make moves on, but we have so much money. This could just be, the final hurrah, as they would say. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, so there we go. ADB said yes. Again, if we do decide to rebuild next year, we'll definitely flip. Crosby said yes. We're keeping him as a Penguin for the entire franchise, no matter what. Carlson there also coming back. He's another guy. Could flip. I think $7.5 million there for 88 overall offensive defenseman on a 1 year too. Could be enticing for a contender. This is interesting, guys. San Jose Sharks want to just dump CC off on us for a 7th round pick. I'm going to decline, though, because we're about a week away from the trade deadline, and we're still looking really good, so I'd rather use that money on someone else. I think CC would be our 7th defenseman, and especially with injuries off, does not help us. Letang and Wenberg for a second. I know Letang's gone down in rating. I think he's like an 84, but still saying no to that. So at the deadline here, guys, we are 35, 21, and 6. We are still first there in the Metro with 76 points. The Boston Bruins are potentially going to break their own record there for the regular season. They got 47 wins. I think their record that they put up, a couple of years ago there was like 62, something like that. I'm sure someone in the comments will know. I could Google it after, but they're on another level there, and especially, being defending Stanley Cup champs, that's very impressive. AHL team, 25, 21, and 6. So positive record, but not looking like they're going to make the playoffs, unfortunately. I will take a look here just quickly just to see. Leading scorer looks to be Emil Bemstrom, so cool to see that from him. Now, NHL, it's still DeBrincat, 62 points, so again, a bit of a change in the guard. He's like our only star player, I think, not in their 30s or even 40s for that matter. And you know what, guys, I'm thinking about it here. I guess we could keep ADB, because he'd probably still be a good player by the time the team is ready to compete. Even if it takes 3 years, he'd only be 31, 32. So I think we'd flip him, but honestly, maybe it makes more sense just to keep him. Anyway, guys, we'll get into the trade deadline here. One last year going for it, still gonna be giving up picks and stuff. You got Dougie Hamilton, 2 years left at 9 mil. Lawson Krause, you got Siegenthaler, Drew Doughty. 11 million bucks from 86 is expensive, but 50% retained. Maybe you could do that. Schwartz there, Tarasenko, Coleman, Burakovsky, Spurgeon, Dursey. I feel like, the top end of our team's already set, but I wouldn't mind getting, say, a 4th line forward and then maybe like a defenseman. Also, too, I should check our goaltenders here, see how they're playing. Wow, Ivankovic's an 83 down in the CHL. So definitely going to have some... He's putting up an 8.92. That is crazy. I know the OHL has some like high scoring or whatever, but he should be putting up better numbers than that as an 83 down in that league. Now, Blomqvist here with us has a 9.2, so he's looking really good. I mean, yeah, Fleury might just have to be third string if he does not retire at the end of this year, because these are our two goalies of the future. And I'm looking at our defense here, guys. Letang's actually dropped to an 83 now, and he's still making $6 million for another year. Also curious to see how Gustafson's done on that bottom pair. Plus 13. Okay, honestly, we might be fine for defense for this final run. And I see that Jamie Benn's actually dropped to an 81, so a good chance he might retire into this year. So I'm thinking I'll actually put Wenberg there, third line center. And both Kadri and Malkin have dropped in rating as well. They were 87s, now 86s. I mean, it makes sense. Sid was a 93, now he's a 90. All these older guys, like, as they age, they drop in rating regardless of performance. And Sid's only got 10 goals this year. I did tell him to pass the puck more. Wow, he really took that to heart. I maybe shouldn't have said that because, of course, he needed the 33 to break Lemieux's record, but I felt like just for the team, it'd be better if he's passing the puck more. Ovechkin getting the goals. He's got 27. Malkin's got 14, so yeah, they both just feeding him, as well as, I think, DeBrincat here with 27. And now Sean Durzee's being offered to us for Owen Pickering, a second and a seventh. Durzee's not a bad player. I'm going to say no, though. Like I said, if anything, I was looking to add like a bomb pairing defenseman, but I think they're actually not that bad. And with Stenlund and Poulin on the fourth line, honestly, maybe we just go and try and bring in a star. And now this is kind of funny, guys. The Flames here offering us Tarasenko for Joe Iginla and Tanner Howe. I'm sure, you know, Calgary wants an Iginla on their team, even if it's not Tidge. Maybe I look here to do, I guess, the hockey gods a favor and trade Iginla their way, but definitely got to get, you know, somebody nice in return. Tarasenko is 86 overall. So that's actually not too bad. 1 year left there, making 6.8. He's got 10 goals this year with 34 assists. Interesting. I feel like he should definitely be shooting the puck more than that. Blake Coleman here as well could be really good on the PK. 89 D awareness, 97 shot block. Okay, they must have boosted that through coach conversations. It's not that high to start. He's also got 5-star physical there. Oh my goodness. Is there a world where we could actually get Tarasenko and Coleman both coming back? Now, Justin Falk's getting offered to us with a 6th and a 7th. For Brunick there. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. He's actually, I think, our best defensive prospect because he's younger than Pickering and already same rating. 75 there, medium top 4. Falk, only 82. Definitely not worth giving up our best defensive prospect for. And so I'm going back to Calgary here, guys. You know what? I think Coleman makes a lot more sense to Tarasenko. Like, we already have those offensive guys, but he could be a third liner for us, play the top PK unit. Again, just so good defensively. I think he'd be a really good help for us in terms of winning that Stanley Cup. And again, Iginla there we just got for IFL, who we signed for free anyway. So flipping him to get Coleman for a cup run, I don't think is too bad. You could even look at it as IFL for Coleman, which definitely is a big upgrade. This might go through 1-for-1. Let's see what the Flames say. Trades rejected. I didn't even retain because I thought that might help us out here. We actually do have 11.2 million in salary cap space, so I don't have to retain. This year we should still be decent. Probably could maybe move some guys for rights or something. I'm willing to give up a 4th round pick with, actually at that point, it looks like it's too much. Would a 7th rounder be enough to make them say yes? And it is. Wow, okay. They didn't even say, unless I missed it. I don't think they said just a touch. They seem turned off by that. But yeah, Coleman coming in, it's a big pickup. We still have $7 million too. Take a look and see if there's any other big moves we can make here. And I'm looking at the LA Kings here, guys. I was thinking, you know, maybe you could make a trade for Doughty. Unfortunately, doesn't want to go to our team. Having said that, though, Ante Kopitar would waive. They must have asked him to waive for certain teams. He'd be willing to come here to Pittsburgh. 84 overall there, making $10 million for 1 more year. So I would have to have him retain a little bit. But speaking of defensively, like 5-star there, 90 D awareness and face-offs, 88 shot block. I mean, we're trying to have the oldest NHL team ever created. I think, honestly, that'd just be kind of fun at that point. So I thought we had to retain on him, but I guess we don't. Pooling here 78 now at 26. We could probably send him back the other way. I think Stenlund as a grinder does more for us. And then maybe Kuda here, 2062, medium top 6. Those two, actually, wow, they put it way too high in value. So we'll try Cahill and Wells, low top 6, low top 4. They're both 20. With Poulin for Kopitar, full contract there. He's on the block, value's on our side. Give him one more chance at the cup. I see the Kings are not playing too well, 23 and 35. Let's go. Kings say yes. Okay, so we're going to have a very, very solid PK unit now with Kopitar and Coleman coming in. Hopefully that with, of course, you know, our veteran scorers, good goaltending. Like I said, we got a chance here at one more Stanley Cup with this core. All right, guys, so the trade deadline's now complete. We'll take a look and see what happened around the rest of the league. A lot of picks being moved. Let's see. Tarasenko goes to the Wild. Our trade for Kopitar. Brendan Dillon there to the Leafs. You got Trent Frederick to the Preds. Durzi ends up getting traded, though, to the Flyers. Our trade for Coleman. Let's see. Vetrano to the Avs. Nick Paul to the Canadiens. Evander Kane's in the league. He goes to the Rangers. Siegenthaler there to the Panthers, and that's pretty much it. So honestly, pretty quiet deadline. Joel Armia here on waivers, 1 year left, 1.3. Cyan overall, honestly, after the moves we made, we don't need him. Maybe before I would have picked him up. Now, this is pretty funny, guys. I haven't started editing the lines yet, but the head coach best lines has Malkin as the 4th line center, which I think is just funny. And so I just went through editing the lines, guys. Of course, we got the 120-year-old line back together, Ovi, Crosby, and Malkin. And the second line here is actually DeBrincat, Kadri, and Coleman. So you got Coleman, Kadri, 2 former Flames reunited. Third line here, McGroarty, Kopitar, Robertson. And the fourth line is actually Kakko, Wenberg, and Ben. So Ben and Kakko dropping down from the third line. Obviously, Kakko next year will probably be back up. Defensively here, no change. Again, I feel like, the defensive unit's not too bad. Goaltending there, of course, no change. I think all the power plays are actually the exact same. It's the PKs that are a lot better. So we got Coleman, Kopitar on the top unit. Somehow don't get any bonuses, but again, these guys are so good. 5-star defense, 5-star defense. I've actually got Pettersson and TVR both playing too. Pettersson there, 90D awareness, 93 shot block. TVR there's got 94 shot block, 87D awareness. So I feel like the PK is going to be a lot better now. Kadri, Wenberg move down to the second unit there. So hopefully that's kind of like the difference maker for us. If we do take some bad penalties, we got the right guys out there. And of course, too, even just the bomb 6 now, a lot more depth. And look at this, guys. What a season here for the oldest team in the league. 47, 28, and 7 record, which is good for 101 points and first there in the Metro. We also won our last, 6 games of the regular season. So yeah, couldn't be happier. Obviously, the Boston Bruins, 129 points, 63 wins. Yeah, can't compete with them. We'll probably play them in the second round just because of the stupid playoff settings, but that's all right. AHL team there actually finished positive on the year if you count, OT losses as ties, but still we're second last in the division, so that is actually a little bit surprising. Take a look here quickly and see. AHL leading scorer there was Mrazov, 47 points. He's an 80, could jump up next year. NHL-wise, you got Pastrnak there leading the way in points with 113. DeBrincat was our leading scorer there with 81. Carlson also had 51 points. And now look at the rest of the team here, guys. You got Malkin there with 70 points. Again, had 18 goals, 52 assists. Crosby, 17 goals, 52 assists. These two just feeding over the puck. Kadri actually had a good amount of goals there, 68 with 29. Ovechkin as well, 32 goals, 33 assists. Again, surprised he actually had that much, playmaking. Blake Coleman, 60 points. Let's see, with us, 13 and 20, not too bad. Again, mainly got him for that defensive ability. Carlson, 50 points. Rutger McGroarty, bit of a year. That actually might be the most he's had yet, and it is. So hopefully he can just keep getting better. Again, he's got that high top 6 potential. Kopitar there, 48, third line center with us. He had 14 and 20. Wow. And I don't think he had any power play time, just PK. So that is pretty impressive, getting all that even strength or even short-handed. Now, in terms of the goaltending stats here, Blomqvist had a 917 and 262. Those could be Vezina numbers, honestly. Fleury, not looking too great, but obviously he's getting a lot older. Greaves here had pretty solid numbers in the AHL, 914 behind Mrazov. Actually, Lucius there was tied with him. Ponomarev was only 1 point back. Dragochenko, Bemstrom, also very close. So good to see that. Sam O'Reilly, 30 points again. Hoping he can be like a future third-line center for us. And now look at the entire league here, guys. You got Pastrnak leading the way with 113 points and 73 goals. That is nuts. His shot there is basically perfect. McDavid had 110. Draisaitl right behind him with Hyman. It's the entire Oilers first line. McCarr 101. McKinnon 100. Matthews there at 96, followed by Rantanen and Aho. Again, I don't think anyone's beating Pastrnak. And yeah, next closest was actually Matthews, 20 behind him. So that's probably a big reason why Boston was so good. Pastrnak, 73 goals. Behind McCarr, of course, it's Hughes. Again, they're just constantly 1 and 2 there, defensive scoring. Goaltender stats here. Swayman had the most wins, 54. Blomqvist, though, was third. Save percentage, Swayman and Blomqvist are tied. And then goals against, Swayman's got him beat by 2. So it wasn't for Boston's unreal year. Honestly, Blomqvist could have taken home the Vezina. Shesterkin here, though, actually had lowest goals against, the 241. And then save percentage here for a starter is also Shesterkin. I don't know, though, with Swayman's, wins be enough to kind of make up for it. We'll see. And now in terms of rookie skaters, Michael Misa here making his debut, 68 points. Should be winning it, followed by Frondell there, Porter Martone. And now in terms of the entire league here, guys, obviously Boston Bruins at the top, 129 points. We finished 5th, though, in the league with 101. So, again, very, very solid year. Better than I expected them to do. I thought playoff team, but they surprised me. Nashville, Vancouver, kind of squeaking in there. Luckily, they are playing in the West. And the last place team is the Winnipeg Jets, 57 points. Okay. Goals for there, Boston's first. They're probably first in goals against, too. They're actually not. The Minnesota Wild there. Okay. And now in the first round of the playoffs, guys, we got the Ottawa Senators here. So first line looking pretty stacked. Brady Tkachuk, Timmy Stützle, Drake Batherson. After that, though, like Ryan Donato playing second lines, not that scary. Same with Johansson. I mean, they got some depth here, but yeah, very top-heavy. Defensively, great top pair, Sanderson, Shabbat. Again, similar to the forward group, really good top unit, and then after that kind of drops off. They got Allmark Slow, the starting goalie, 87 overall, Comrie backing him up. Very surprised, Allmark not looking that good in Ottawa in real life. I thought, he'd be kind of the X factor there, make up for their goalie woes, but It looks like that Boston defense was definitely helping him out. So getting to the first round here, guys, hopefully can get by Ottawa. We actually have the home ice advantage here for once. First game in Pittsburgh, 1-0 loss. Wow. Close battle, 4-3 loss in game 2. So another close game, like both 1-goal losses. We're headed to Ottawa now. Of course, Canada's capital. If you Americans might not know that. 8-2 loss in game 3. No way. Game 4, please, please, please don't do it to us. 4-2 win. We don't get swept, but obviously not looking good here. I don't know, like Ottawa's a wild card team. We won the Metro, and we're down 3-1. And game 5 is a 3-0 loss. Jeez, so just couldn't score. Like we got shut out twice. 1-4-2, then only 2 goals, 3 goals there. The other 2 losses. That is tough. I was really thinking this team might be able to, pull off a bit of a Cinderella run, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. And now the playoffs are complete, guys. The Avalanche, they're actually another Stanley Cup. Rockford IceHogs winning the Calder. And the lottery results are in. Detroit finally wins a lottery, jumping from 7-1. This, of course, is the Landon DuPont lottery, so that's actually huge for them. Get that franchise on more defensemen. Winnipeg there drops from 1-2. Now, the big kind of moment for us in this episode is going to be retirees, seeing which of the guys we're losing. I'm sure it's going to be at least, a couple. Now, before we do that, we'll actually take a quick look and see playoff tree, who the Avs went through, also playoff scoring, awards, all that. Avs, they beat Utah in round 1 and 6, Canucks in 7, Oilers in 5, and then the Ottawa Senators in 6. Wow, so the Ottawa Senators actually made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final as a wild card seed. That is very impressive. And now next year, guys, in terms of the playoff stats, Malcolm's a point per game. Ovi, a goal and 3 assists is interesting. Sid here, only 2 assists. Definitely expect more than that from him. He's actually lost his zone ability there. Goaltending-wise, Blomqvist below 900. Also not ideal. And I think Malcolm is the other guy on our team with his own ability. He's actually got no X factors now. So yeah, you can tell this team's aging. And I went back to the playoff tree really quick, guys. I just wanted to point out Boston there, one of the best regular seasons of all time. They get beat by the Canadiens in round 2. I'm sure Montreal fans would love seeing that. So in terms of the awards, we know all the teams there. Individually, Pasternak, Art Ross Trophy. McDavid gets a heart though. I mean, Pasternak leading in points. He's also got 20 more goals than the next guy with 73. I think you give the heart to Paul, so that's another interesting choice there by the voters. McCarr's 3rd straight Norris. Also gets back-to-back Lady Bings. And Frondell got the Calder over Misa just because of plus-minus. I think they weigh that too heavily. Devin Tays Conn Smythe. That is super interesting. I should take a look at his playoff stats. Shesterkin there did get the Vezina. Wallstedt, though, got the William Jennings, so nothing for Swayman. Liljegren, Bill Masterton, Flames coach Jack Adams. Barkov, back-to-back Selkies. McDavid, Ted Lindsay. And then Pasternak, then Maurice Richard. Even the NHLPA went with McDavid. That's crazy. I think Pasta there definitely got snubbed. So Rockford IceHogs there winning the Calder individually. LeBanc in the AHL now, most points. Parson, though, MVP. Peacock, most goals. Love the name. Benak there was the best rookie. Benning there was best defenseman. Nedeljkovic, best goalie, of course, former goalie of ours. Ledwinski, MVP of the playoffs. Denver Barkley, sportsmanship. Osborne community involved. And then Gura Simic, I'm hoping that's how you say that, had the lowest goals against. And like I was saying, guys, here's the moment of truth for this team. Who are we going to be losing? And not a lot of guys. Brent Burns retires at 42. I don't see Sid. I don't see Malkin. Carlson Letang, I think we all be popping up. Are all these guys trying to come back? That is crazy. I mean, did we not lose a single player? Let me quickly check here. Pittsburgh Penguins, no one retires. Oldest team in the league. They got one more in them. Okay, goaltending. Even Fleury is not calling it quits. That is crazy. So definitely not what I expected. I guess year 4, we're going to try one more time. And that's going to have to be like a super fast rebuild year 5, year 6, with year 7 and 8, trying to compete with a young team. And obviously, too, if you are able to, draft well, find some steals in the later rounds, rebuild could be as short as like 1 year. But DeBrincat's now the highest rated guy on the team. Carlson, Ovi are both 87s. Honestly, kind of waiting to sign these guys should help with them dropping in rating. Ovechkin here, yeah, you only want 6.25. Player request, first line forward, power play, never scratched. We'll negotiate. Charmed him there, was successful, so I'm going to promise him the power play time and all that. They accidentally cut in his contract. Didn't mean to do that. He said he has demands, so that's fine. Ovi on the first line. Honestly, we'll just keep rocking Ovi, Sid, Malkin first line. Like, that is fine. Plus, Ovi's going to be on power play 1. So I think he'll say yes to that now in a 1 year 6. Oh, yeah, there we go. Perfect. So I think that's a really good contract there for Ovechkin. And Malkin's actually down to an 84. Okay. Maybe it'll just be Sid and Ovi first line. Malkin might have to drop back a bit. Wants 4.8. I mean, on a 1 year. He is taking a big pay cut. I feel like 4.5. He probably says yes. Oh, we gotta wait a couple days. And now McGrody here is up to an 86. Keeps playing better and better. $7 million for 3 years. Ooh. Might have to play hardball with him. Just kind of curious what Blake Coleman wants. $5 million for 2 years. He's 35. He doesn't want the 1 year, and I'm thinking, yeah, we need him on a 1, so we'll just pass. Kopitar, 2.5 million. That'd actually be insane just to play, like, honestly, probably 4th line center. I don't think I'll bring Jamie Benn back. I'd be down for 2.4 million 1 year. Kopitar, instant accept. Let's go. Saving, what's he dropping back? Like 7.5 million bucks. Jamie Benn, yeah, down to 81. I think we can just let him go. Also, Letang here is down to 81. That's tough. Fleury, though, is still an 80. Blomqvist is up to an 88. Jeez. So we definitely have a decision to make here, guys, with Ivan Kovic in the AHL. I'm thinking, honestly, maybe we just have Fleury as, like, the 3rd goalie, especially since they're making so little. Ivan Kovic is going to be an entry-level deal as well. And that way Fleury's, still around the building, just, keeping up team morale. And now TVR here was actually solid defensively. He did drop in rating by 1. He wants a 2-year. I'm willing to let him go to free agency, see who else is out there, could potentially bring him back. Wenberg as well, I think, was a solid bottom 6er. 2 years, 1.8. Ideally, actually, 1 year went up. Interesting. 1.925 on a 1 year looks to get it done. And, okay, I thought it was going to be an instant accept, but he should say yes. And throughout the draft now, guys, like I was saying, 2027 draft. Red Wings should be getting Landon Dupont here first overall. Medium franchise potential. You also got this made up Guillermo Apostolopoulos going second. Okay, let's see. You got Alexis Joseph there. So, some pretty good guys. Looking like it'll be medium elites all throughout the top 10 or so. Now, we have like a mid-first round pick. I don't think we could probably get any of these guys because, yeah, the gems there all go in top 10, aside from Pears Hogan, but low elite. And now looking at potential, Scantleberry, going to go mid. I think he's like, I don't even know, medium top 6, maybe even high top 9. Hurdle here, though. Czech Republic defenseman, guaranteed medium elite. That might be our first round pick. Also, this Danish goaltender, late 2nd. And now I just looked, guys. Our pick is number 26, which is where that medium elite guy is supposed to go. Might try and move up here to 23 with the Islanders just to make sure he doesn't get stolen from us. I'm also curious, do we have a late 2nd? We do, so we could potentially get that medium elite goalie as well. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I thought the draft picks were sorted by something other than year. We only have our first round pick in 2028. That is not ideal. We'll definitely have to rectify that, try and bring in some picks. But for right now, can we move a first and a 6th to jump up 3 spots? That's probably not enough. Never mind, it is enough, okay. So I just sent to pick number 23, guys, and I believe our guy is still there. After I take him, we'll take a look at the rest of the first round. Oh my gosh, Hurdle was actually the next one to go. So, oh, I just realized our scouts have him 26. Central, though, I had him at 23. So that was lucky. I should have double-checked my numbers. Only 64 overall, but still an elite player there. A late first round. What a pick. What a good job by our scouts. So that'd actually be the one extra league scout we have coming through. Now, the rest of the first round, are there any other steals? High top 6, Scantleberry at 15. Nice move there by the Rangers. You also got high top 6 at 12. Elite there, Brock Cripps by the Columbus Blue Jackets, 71, number 11. I mean, these guys are all elite. Jacobson's already an 80 of the draft at 9. That's actually a bit of a steal. Higher than most of these guys. Then you get into the top 5. I mean, yeah, this draft's actually looking pretty nice. Again, that's why I leave it on low. For next year, 2028, we'll upgrade it back to medium. Our next pick, guys, number 61. Avery should still be there. I guess. Do we risk it? Let's see. Okay, I think that was probably unnecessarily risky, but saved any picks to move up. So we'll take the Danish goalie here in Eddie Avery, 61, and he is elite. Let's go. So 2 picks, 2 elites. Definitely can't be upset. Now our next pick's not till 101, and we don't really have any other pins. Everyone was just kind of meh that I was looking at, so could just sort this by potential, see who has like the best odds here to be something. 1, dash there, medium elites, not even worth it. 2 for low elite, though. This guy's supposed to be going soon. Harrison Clarkson. Thing is, I feel like I probably know about him. Ortio here, finished defenseman. Let's try him instead. And he is low top 4. That's not too bad in the 4th round. And I think that's it for our drafts, guys. So only had the 3 picks there. Again, last year we had a ton of picks. Basically kind of transferred a bunch of picks from this draft to that one. Also, obviously got a restock 2028. I did not realize we only have our first round pick. And there we go, guys. Malik accepted the offer again. I thought that would have been like an instant accept from him. Wenberg here rejected, wants the duration match, which I think was 2 years, which is interesting because I swear even at 1 year it actually like went up. And look at the contracts again, guys. At the bottom there you can see we've got almost 25 million in cap space. One thing I'll actually say, let me know in the comment section for next episode, do we keep all these old guys, or at the beginning of the episode do you want me to just trade everyone away, fire sale, and start that rebuild? Obviously, I'm going to have everyone, signed for now, but I'll leave that up to you guys. So, McGroarty's already gone down to 6.5 for a 4-year. Okay, that's actually, not terrible. Now, the thing is, I can't really make him any promises because we got those old guys in front of him. He only wants a 4-team no trade in year 4, though. And 86 overall, 5.8 million for the next 4 years. I usually find as long as the contract bar is, touching the final block, they'll say yes. So, We'll see what he says to that. And now look at the forwards, guys. I think I might call up Caleb Desnoyers next year. Have him play like third line center. He's already 78 at 20 years old. Tore up the Q last season, 104 points. He's got really good playmaking there, 89 passing. If he's playing between, say, like Robertson, Kakko on the third line, that could actually be pretty nasty. Get him, you know, growing in rating. So then we have Kopitar as our 4C, because he'll probably drop in rating. Now, I wasn't going to bring Jamie Benn back, but if it's the right price, okay, $1 million is the right price, yeah. Jamie Benn on the fourth line there with Kopitar. Just going to be the captain line. Maybe we should go try and find another former captain. I'm trying to think, like a Nick Foligno type could fit there too. And Stenlin here is down to a 78, so we can just let him go. And you know what I'm thinking, guys? I actually might sign Coleman here just because he's so good defensively. I feel like it's a huge advantage having him on our team. And then maybe I'll trade away Nick Robertson. He could take his play, third line left wing. 2 years there, 4.775, 12 team, no trade. I mean, the interest there is quite high. Do like 4.2 for 2 years with the 12 team, no trade. He'll get back to us. I think he should accept. And then Wenberg here could sign. Honestly, I'll let him go to free agency. Just see if there are any captains to sign on the fourth line. If not, I actually think I will bring Wenberg back for that spot. And in terms of defense here, guys, obviously looking a little bit worse here now. Carlson's 87. Byram actually went up to an 85. Patterson's still 85. Letang down to 81. Same with TVR. We got some money. I think we can definitely bring in a better defenseman for this season, assuming we are, you know, still trying to compete. Now, Pickering here, I'm wondering if I can get him 3 years, 975. He's only 23 still. If he can grow, that'd be a great contract. And in terms of the goaltending, guys, like I was saying, Ivan Kovic here, 83. Probably going to be the backup to Blomqvist next season. Should say yes there. So, Fleury's just going to be the vibe guy as the third goalie because we got Greaves still, AHL starter. There you go, guys. Coleman said yes. Like I said, should be a good addition to the third line as well as the PK. Pickering there, I think that was a good team-friendly deal. Rucker McGroarty as well. Took a bit of a discount for us. So, got some guys locked up. And again, still $16.7 million. Go get ourselves a top 4 defenseman since Letang's going to be a bottom 4 guy now. And then if there is a superstar, kind of like Kaprizov last year, always could, you know, consider that. All right, guys, so here we go. Time for free agency. Curious to see, oh my goodness, Quinn Hughes. I mean, if we could go get Quinn, that would turn around this franchise. We didn't get him last time with the Anaheim Ducks. Obviously, we had Mintyukov. We don't really have anyone like Quinn Hughes. Carlson's, you know, getting up there in age. You've also got Brad Marchand. I saw somebody saying they actually wanted me to get Marchand, another Nova Scotia boy, to play with Crosby, but he wants $10 million there as a 39-year-old. If we miss on Quinn, we could try and get Marchand. Definitely some big names. Atu Ratu, Drake Batherson. Jeez, even Philip Deneau there wants a lot of money. Jared Spurgeon, down to 85, though. Miroshichenko is pretty cheap, but yeah, he's an RFA. Taking a look at goalies. Askarov, $6.9 million. He's actually only an 86, though, so did not grow as much as I expected. Plus, he's an RFA. After that, really no one too great. So first things first here, guys. I'm going to trade Nick Robertson, give us a bit more cap space. And I'm trading him to Dallas. That way we can actually play with his brother and Jason. Obviously, I mentioned next year I have no draft picks. I would do him for a second, 1-for-1. And Dallas says yes. So I think that worked out perfectly. We get a pick in a draft we don't have a lot of. Cleared cap space. He gets to play with his brother. And of course, that makes it so we can actually have a better chance here to sign Quinn. So he wants 18.2. We've got 17.8. I mean, obviously, we're going to negotiate with him. He's still interested in that contract, you know, quite a bit. I'm basically going to try and, you know, do everything here. Persuasion failed. 7-year deal worth $20 million with LA. Wow. We can't match that. Try and sell him on the Penguins here. The team status. He wants to be part of a contender. All right. I mean, LA, we saw, was not good last year. Persuasion still failed. Try the market. He said he sees himself in a small market, not a mid-size. This isn't going well. So I'm offering him a full no move. 7 years, $18.2 million. I mean, yeah, we'll try that offer. I don't think he says yes, but if he does, that'd be unreal. Now, Brad Marchand here would be awesome to have. And after Quinn, the next best guy is Jared Spurgeon, who's 37. So we just keep getting even older. Jackson Lacomb's at RFA. Could bring Marino back. And now look at this, guys. I mentioned having a captain on that fourth line. Nick Foligno and Max Pacioretty both here. I think Foligno will be better because he's 1 overall higher, plus actually fits a fourth line role. Pacioretty does not. We'll have to wait, though, and see what Quinn says because we barely have enough for him. Same goes for Marchand. He actually is a captain. So basically, we're waiting on Quinn. Until then, we'll try and get some two-way deals done. Wow, this goalie here, 25-80 overall high starter. He would be an AHL starter for us, but I mean, might as well. The Leafs letting him go. That is super interesting. We'll give him max offer here. $1 million, 2 years. And he says yes immediately. So yeah, our goaltenders are kind of OP. Now in the AHL, we probably could use an extra defenseman. Benning here just won an award. What was it? I don't think it actually shows AHL awards, unfortunately, but we'll definitely sign him. Lost a couple guys. Extra 100K to make it an instant accept before anyone else says yes. Andre here as well, 25.79. Offensive defenseman we bring in both of these guys, AHL team gonna be looking a lot better. And I'm looking here, guys. Gustav Griva's available. Interesting. Utah let him go, so could potentially end up with the Griva twins here. We'll make him $1 million there. It's a two-way though, so hopefully it doesn't affect, you know, our salary cap. I'm looking to see if his brother's here. If not, we can just go and trade for him. There's also a couple of really solid guys here, like Jack Murtaugh, second-round pick by the Devils. You've also got Nestrasil, 76 overall power forward. Like, they're both high top 9. We'll make offers on these guys because why would you not? And yeah, I mean, they're all accepting. Again, these aren't like super good prospects, but they're good enough that, you know, we want them on our team. 1958 low top 6s. Like, these guys, similar age, and they're already 77s. I mean, since we got the other 3, I'll probably pass on those 2. And so now, guys, we're just going to wait and see what Quinn Hughes says. We could table some offers, but we'd be tabling like 4 offers because it'd be like Marchand, defenseman. I'd rather just see what Hughes says. AHL assistant coach, they're rejected. We do need a new guy. I think that's only coach we need. Oh my goodness. Quinn Hughes accepted? Wow. I didn't think he was going to say yes because the Kings offered him $20 million, but oh my goodness. All of a sudden, the franchise has hope. Wow. Okay, so Quinn wants to play in Pittsburgh, didn't sign with the Devils. That's crazy. That is crazy. Talk about accountant too. We didn't get Brad Marchand. Instead, we got Quinn Hughes. We still have $1 million. We got a defenseman though, which is exactly what we needed. That is crazy. Could play him and Carlson top pair together, but we'll see. I mean, wow. I did not expect him to say yes. And now we've only got $1 million left in cap space, guys. We do still need a 4th line forward. Nick Foligno's here. I'm hoping we can somehow, you know, get him to say yes. We'll make him our max offer. And I'll give him a no movement clause. He'll be on our 4th line. Oh, there we go. Instant accept. So we got the 4th line of captains. We got Quinn Hughes, another captain. Okay, all of a sudden we have a chance next year. So hopefully no one says rebuild because Quinn Hughes kind of stops that from happening. Again, him and McCarr, absolute cheat codes. Can't believe Canucks couldn't bring him back. Also, you guys, I was looking for some trades. Totally forgot to check Devin Tays. As you can see, in the Avalanche playoff run, he had 28 points, 24 games. Like, just not fair that they get him and McCarr. Come on. Also, I can see why Akhtomov got let go, guys. As you can see here, even though he's 25-80 high starter, the value is, like, super low. And I'm sure you guys are trying to make a bit of a blockbuster here with the LA Kings to get Drew Doughty. I mentioned wanting him at the deadline. He'll actually waive for us now, have them retaining 50%, which allows us to trade over Bowen Byram. I was looking at the defensive core here, and I think Quinn Hughes on the top pair with Drew Doughty would be really nice. So then have Carlson, Pettersson second pairing, and Gustafsson there on the bottom. I mean, one of these 2 guys could even maybe beat out Gustafsson for that bottom pair role, but basically Carlson, Pettersson, offensive, defensive. I think Byram here is the same head as Hughes. Doughty's higher rated. Gives us, you know, one more shot here. I kind of made the executive decision. We're going for it one more year. Then it'll be a bit of a soft rebuild, where, of course, we have Quinn Hughes leading the way in the future. Same with Alex DeBrincat. So, 1-for-1, LA Kings. This is kind of funny, too, since they literally lost out on Quinn Hughes to us. Now we're trying to take Drew Doughty. What do they say? Trades rejected, not willing to retain the salary. I mean, it's literally one more year. I definitely don't want to add too much here because there's a good chance he could drop in rating over the summer. I guess, you know, speaking of that, maybe we should wait till start next year to see if that happens, then hopefully still on the block. And so around September, guys, looking at Drew Doughty, he's down to an 86. I don't really think it makes sense to trade for him, especially if they're going to be, like, you know, playing hardball with retaining salary. Now, we could get Mikey Anderson here. 85 overall defensive defenseman. Is a lot better defensively than Byram. 89 awareness there. 90 shot block. He's got 93 strength. He'd probably just play, like, his offhand on the right side with Quinn top pair. Obviously, he'd play on the top PK as well with Pettersson. So Byram here is 85 overall, and again, defensively, physically, not quite as good. So I think this trade makes sense for us because we need more of a defensive defenseman here to, you know, play that top PK unit. So Byram for Anderson, 1-for-1 I would do, but I don't think I would add. Trades rejected, quite far off. All right, so we'll just run Byram here with Hughes. Maybe even that'll help him grow, you know, playing all those minutes and obviously, hopefully putting up points. Now, as I mentioned, guys, I'm trying to get the other Griva twin here, Ryhard's Griva, high top 9 potential, just like his brother. He's 78 overall at 20 years old. And I'm offering up Nestrasil here. We just signed. He's 20-77 high top 9. I don't think they go 1-for-1. Yeah, trades rejected. They said quite far off. These guys are like the exact same age. Potential's very close. Maybe, even though they said quite far. Yes, quite far off. 7th round pick, though, gets to go through. That's hilarious. And next, you guys are having a conversation with our head coach about the expectations for next season. He's saying we should compete for the cup. All right, so hopefully we can do that. That'd be awesome. And of course, for the preseason here, I'll do all that morale stuff. Or actually, you know what, guys? Rather than doing team bonding, I'm actually thinking goaltender focus, and you'll see why. And so now to start next season, guys, I'll show what the team is looking like. As I mentioned, we still got Ovi Crosby on that first line, but Alex DeBrincat's back up there now, getting a +3. But then I got Capo Caco in the second, actually, playing with Evgeny Malkin and McGroarty, so big jump from him. Obviously finished the year on the 4th. Third line here, Caleb Desnoyers makes the team. He's playing with Kadri and Coleman, the 2 former Flames. And then the 4th line again is the captain line. You got Foligno, Kopitar, and Ben. Of course, that's the captain of the Stars, the Kings, and the Blackhawks. Now defensively here, you got Hughes on the top pair with Byram. I feel like that could be really good. Again, Hughes is literally a cheat code in this game. Pedersen, Carlson's the second pair, and then Letang, Gustin on the bottom should be fine. Goaltending wise, so this is why we changed the coach conversation to goalies. I'm trying to have a better duo than Swayman and Allmark. Check this out. Ivan Kovic and Blomqvist are 90 and 89 respectfully. I don't know how Ivan Kovic jumped from an 83 to a 90. No NHL games played. Even last year, too, in the O, he had below 900. So I'm not sure how the game figures that one out, but this is unreal. Especially like 20 and 25. Neither of them are even that old. Of course, as I mentioned, guys, we got Fleury there scratched. He's the 3rd string goalie. What's kind of funny, too, is the fact that he had actually been scratched in the AHL. AHL goalies here. Artemov we just signed. He's an 83. Greaves an 80. So Fleury would even be the 3rd in the AHL. Might as well, of course, let him, join the NHL team for the vibes, like I was saying. AHL team forward group here. Ponomara, Mrazov, Elian, solid first line. Second line looks good. We then have the Griva twins on the 3rd line with O'Reilly. 4th line, I think, still solid. Degard, Tensev, Howe, Gunler. Defensively here, we got Andre, Benny, the 2 guys we just signed. Harding, Pickering, Pianemi there, and Brunick. Unfortunately, Brunick, Pickering get a -3, so Brunick here roll minor top 6, shouldn't affect his growth, whereas Pickering's got the depth defenseman, so want to try and give him a bit of extra ice time. And now finally here, guys, I'll show you our ratings for next season. Should mention, too, no change to the captaincy. Sid's still wearing the C, Malcolm the Tank still wearing A's. Our only player with his own ability, though, is now Quinn Hughes, so good thing we got him. We would have had none otherwise. And in regards to the team for next season, guys, we got 89 offense, 90 defense, 94 goaltending. So pretty similar stats to last year, except for the fact that goaltending is probably the best in the NHL now. So super excited to see how that turns out. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.